twice as likely to be described emotionally as were men. And by painting women as more emotional than men, we perpetuate the stereotype that women are emotional. Therefore, they're irrational. Therefore, they can't handle a crisis. Therefore, they should not be in leadership positions.
I remember so many times during the campaign, people asking, well, is she tough enough to be commander-in-chief? Well, I've known plenty of men who aren't tough enough to be commander-in-chief, and nobody asks that question.
Making sure that these kids have a shot at the American dream, like I did, it's important.
Gosh, what do you think they would have done to Nancy Pelosi if she had gotten all worked up? They would have said that she's unstable, couldn't do the job. Ooh, yes, welcome to America.
A woman in power is often seen as a negative thing. We associate all the worst aspects of power, and we translate those to a woman seeking to achieve power.
One of the key ways in which media played a role in the primary was to talk about Hillary Clinton's ambition as though it were a bad thing.
When Barack Obama speaks, men hear, "Take off for the future." And when Hillary Clinton speaks, men hear, "Take out the garbage."
When she reacts the way she reacts to Obama, with just the look toward him, looking like everyone's first wife standing outside a probate court.
I don't know what they're getting at here, Tucker. What do you think they're saying about Hillary?
I don't know, but that is so perfect, as I have often said. When she comes on television, I involuntarily cross my legs.
I know you do.
Hillary Clinton had hecklers following her saying, "Iron my shirt."
And some people think you bring about change by...
She was frequently called a bitch in mainstream media.
She's a stereotypical bitch. You know what I mean?
Obama did great in February, and that's because that was Black History Month. And now Hillary's doing much better because it's White Bitch Month, right?
If she knew how it made her look, so alternately soppy and bitchy, she'd stop it. But she can't help herself, can she?
Her credentials were constantly questioned.
Let's not forget, and I'll be brutal, the reason she's a U.S. Senator, the reason she's a candidate for president, the reason she may be a front runner is her husband messed around.
Yeah, but
that's how she got to be senator from New York. We keep forgetting it. She didn't win there on her merit.
Sarah Palin presented a very different image. She is the first national high-profile female candidate who presented herself in very feminine terms as a quote-unquote real woman.
She's the American dream. Women want to be her, men want to mate with her. I want her laying next to me in bed.
There were pictures shot between her legs of folks at the Republican National Convention. In a nutshell, she was pornified and ditzified.
I don't want to say she's a ditz, but last night my stripper's fake name was Sarah Palin.
Yo, let me tell you something about Sarah Palin, man. She's good masturbation material.
So Hillary Clinton tried to be properly masculine and properly feminine, and she lost. Sarah Palin puts out this different image of, shall we say, hyper-femininity, and she gets beaten up in really degrading gendered ways.
But tonight we are crossing party lines to address the now very ugly role that sexism is playing in the campaign. An issue which I am frankly surprised to hear people suddenly care about. Reporters and commentators, stop using words that diminish us like pretty, attractive, beautiful, harpy, shrewd, boner shrinker.
My worry is now that there were millions of people watching Sarah Palin, Hillary Clinton. I could talk about a lot of women that are in New Jersey politics. There were millions of young women watching this, and the messages that they're getting are just not conducive to encouraging them to put up with this kind of abuse.
When you're not treated the same, you are dehumanized. When you're not given the same opportunity, you're dehumanized. When people look at you differently because you happen to be a woman and you happen to be in a position of some influence that someone who is a man would naturally be in based on tradition or history, and people question your qualifications, that's dehumanizing.
Empowered women in general threaten men because they feel that an empowered woman is just putting down a man as opposed to trying to sort of raise herself.
as women have been challenging men's power in business and the professions and education and in politics and in other areas of social life, the images of women that have been flooding the culture have been showing women as taking up less space. They're less threatening. They're highly sexualized, and therefore a certain kind of power has been taken away from them, which is the power of being a whole person. And I don't think those things are coincidental. I think that the way that the symbolic realm has been acting is to take power away from women, while women have been challenging men's power in the concrete realm.
It seems we become numb to